Hi there, it's Elizabeth Pfeiffer from elizabethpfeiffer.com, and today's question comes up from our Soulfully Aligned Minds group on Facebook. And the question was the difference between your soul and your ego and how to let go, right? So when things come up for you, how do you let go, and how do you know it's soul energy or ego energy? And this is a really good question, but there's actually two questions here in one. So the first piece is letting go, right? So when you're worried about something, when you feel that there's something that's coming up that you have to let go of, what that is resistance and fear. So something obviously has come up into your awareness. It causes you a little discomfort or distress. You're worried about it, and you know that you have to let it go. The only thing is you're not really sure how to do that. And so what that piece is resistance. It's resistance. You can have that when guidance comes in. You can have resistance when your ego comes up and then starts to go in with all the what ifs of everything that's going to happen that is bad. So when you find yourself in that resistance, the core of that issue is there is an underlying fear that is stopping you from either following your guidance or from moving forward because of something bad that will happen, soul or ego. So how do you know when soul essence energy is coming in and when ego essence energy is coming in? So soulful energy is light. Soulful energy makes you feel good. It inspires you. It excites you. Physically in the body, it feels good. It's expansive. It's light. It's energetic. You feel like this is a great idea, and it flows, and you are being divinely pushed in a direction in which to move in. Ego energy it's really like, the devil and the angel on your shoulder. And though we don't want to really demonize your ego in that particular scenario, but it is the fear-based thoughts of what's going to happen and all the negativity that, if you do this person's going to leave you, your business is going to fail, you're not going to get any clients, you're going to be broke, you're going to be poor, you're going to be out on the streets, versus your soul awareness, which is like, take the chance, we got you, trust us, we know it's there. And it is kind of like that battle between two worlds, so to speak. So ego is based again in fear, in lack, in all of the what ifs, all this bad thing happens. Soul energy is like, let's do it. Let's take a chance. Trust. Everything's going to be okay. And it is kind of a battle between, your ego in your head going, don't listen to her. don't do it. Don't do it. And so when do you come up with how to identify when to move forward and when not to? And that's when that worry comes up, that fear comes up. So if you moved into that fear and worry state and out of alignment with your essence, your flow's not going, you don't feel well. Ego energy feels dense in the body. It feels constricted. So when you're faced with something that is scary or intimidating, the first thing you want to do is go into your body. So where in your body is your ego, is your fear, is your unconscious belief holding you back? Where can you feel it in your body? And you might just feel like a density. It just might be something a little heavy. It could be around your heart. It could be around your throat. If you're a feeling person, you'll definitely feel it in your energy. If you're not so feeling, but you feel like, your stomach is twisting, that's a signal. You might even see colors. The difference between ego and soul for you might be red for ego and purple for soul. You might even hear your guidance. However it shows up for you, it's to identify where it is in your body first, and then recognize that that is a restrictive energy, that is a fear-based energy, that's an ego energy, a belief energy, a subconscious flow stopper, if you will. And then what we invite you to do is to go deeper into it. not to try and clear it, make it go away, or just, move it out or ignore it. A lot of people really love to do that. Ignoring energy like that only makes it bigger. But we invite you to go even deeper to it and find what we call the root. What is the root of that fear? What does it say? And where does it come from? And then once you just investigate a little bit, and we're not talking about spending hours on investigating it, just ask it a couple of questions and then get a little information and then allow it to leave. You've already recognized it. So you've already come in and kind of shined this spotlight on it, which is already going to start that lifting process. You're just going to get a little bit more of information about it. And then you're just going to continue to hold that space around it, shine that light on it, and then let it start to release out of your body. You will be surprised at the fact that you just identified it, found it in your body, leaned into it, asked it a couple questions, and then held that space for it to release. You'll actually be able to feel that coming up through your energy. There may be a process in which tears come up, or maybe a coughing sensation, or for most people, you just feel lighter after sitting with it for 5 minutes. Just recognizing it and allowing it to leave, and just being okay with it being there. Okay, so this is my fear. I see it. I've got this information. I'm going to shine some light on it. I'm just going to be okay with the fact that it came up, and now I'm just going to sit with it, be with it, accept it, and then feel into it a little bit more and allow it to leave. Your ego will constantly try and stop you from taking big leaps, from being bigger, taking chances. It always stops you with fear. What if I invest this money and it doesn't work? What if I go out on this date and it turns out horrible? What if, which is the opposite to what the consciousness of Abraham talks about in their what if, right? So from their perspective, to create alignment, you start asking the what ifs. Well, what if it does turn out right? What if I actually take this leap and I make $1 zillion? What if I actually give that person a chance and move into a state of non-judgment and they turn out to be fabulous, right? So you can see the different thought forms and the mindset perspective of that of your soul, which is in alignment with your best and highest good, and that which is your ego, which really is just fear-based, trying to keep yourself safe, trying to keep yourself protected, which is not in alignment with your essence. So hopefully that sheds a little bit of light on how to deal with the fears that come up and the difference between your soul and ego mindsets.